Okay, I got this battery charged up again. I figured what I'd do is just show you all the coins that we found so far. Like I said, we started detecting last August with a cheap detector for a month, and in September I bought an E-track for myself, and the wife used a cheap one, and then in October I bought her an E-track just like mine. So now both of us hunt with the E-track. And so since last September, these are the old coins that we found so far, and I'll tell you about them right quick. All of these coins that I'm showing right here in this group came from an area, probably about a 30-minute ride from my house, a little area called Stovall, where my brother lives. His wife is a mayor there. Anyhow, he had several places up there for us to hunt, and these are some of the coins. As the Indian head sent. It's found at a vacant lot of an old hotel there in Stovall. And if you wonder why it's clean, it's because I put Texas Pete on it. No, a little bit of vinegar. Maybe it was Texas Pete. One of them, I can't remember which. I've cleaned a couple of them and left a couple not being cleaned. But I was able to date them and stuff. So there are a couple my Indian head scents that were found up there in Stovall. A buffalo nickel there that was found up there. This is unusual. It's a 1967. It's just a shiny penny. It is not copper looking. It is a silver looking penny. This is not the best light to be showing this to you in. But again, it does not have a copper shine to it, like the copper penny right up there next to it. This one is shiny like silver. Never seen anything like that. Came right out of the ground like that, and so I thought that was unique, and I kept it, put it in its own sleeve. It's a 34 Merc dime from that vacant lot where the old hotel used to be. A no-date buffalo nickel off of that same lot. Quarter came off an old school ball field up there. Dime was found at St. Peter's Episcopal Church, as well as was my oldest dime right there, 1911 barber dime, my only barber dime. Another buffalo nickel found over there at the church was 1937. You can see where they were found rather than me telling you each one, but that was one of my oldest coins yet. That's an 1833 Liberty head cent. It's really hard to make out any detail on that because of the way the light's shining on it. That's my second one. My first one was actually found at Old Salem Church in Oxford, and it's a little bit better detail on that particular one. But I noticed, well, I hadn't watched all of Treasure Fiend, D-Dub, and looking for seeded videos of mainly Treasure Fiend. I know he shot more, but I hadn't seen him find any of these yet. It's my oldest one, 1823 Liberty head cent, found in Old Salem Church parking lot where they would tie up the horse and buggies back in the early 1800s. Also found this, back to the stuff from Stovall that I found. I also found this 1936 Brazilian nickel. See, it's got a train on the front of it and 200 underneath the engine of the train. It says Brazil above the coin, or above the train rather. And it had a man's face on the back of it, but the back was just worn terribly. I looked it up online. It's pretty neat. Have to wonder who in the world was in Stovall back in the 1930s. It was from Brazil. Also found a 1904 Canadian 1 cent piece. Pulled 5 coins out of the root system of a tree there where the old hotel used to be. I cleaned that thing with vinegar just a little bit. I hated that I did it. It removed a lot of the detail, and we learn from our mistakes, but it's my coin, and I'm not getting rid of it or anything, so what's the difference? 1941 Merc found on the old ball field up there in Stovall. Anyhow, Stovall has definitely been my best place for finding old coins and stuff. I even have a war nickel that I found up there on the old playground. There, came out in good shape. But they're the finds from Stovall. They are my finds from my backyard with the cheap detector there. Very first thing, 1935, or rather with the cheap detector, I found the 1941 Mercury dime. And later on, I found the 1935 Washington quarter. It was about 10 or 12 inches deep. So it's really neat to find that, especially in your own backyard. And let's see, move that one. All of these coins in that area right there, all came from that military base, old military base. It's now John Umstead Hospital. And that's the $50 I was showing earlier. That's the second $50 I found in the 8 or 9 months that I've been doing this. This is actually the first $50 that I found, and I found it with the cheap detector back last August when I first started detecting, and found that up at the old school here in Creedmoor where I used to go as a child. But of course that was in '68, something like that, whenever I was going to school up there, like first grade. But it was really neat finding that with that Bounty Hunter 505, and needless to say, it lit a fire under my behind and got me to metal detecting. I think it also lit a fire under my wife's too, because she sure loves detecting too. All of these coins where I just put the $50 back came from the old school where I went as a child, or where I went for 2 years anyway. School burned down in the '60s. And anyhow, this, let's see, Mercury dime, and that was actually found out in Northside. Lisa found that where the second post office was in Northside. That's my oldest barber dime. That came off of the old John P. Lawrence plantation down off of Brassfield Road, and we painted that probably the last 3 times it's been painted. And a Mercury dime that I found down at Creedmoor Lake, which is here in Creedmoor where we live. Creedmoor Elementary parking lot. There's back to the coins from the school there. Anyhow, that's pretty much all of the coins that we found so far. And then there was one other one that I wanted to see if I could get any detail about it. I found this over there at the ball field at John Umstead, that old military base as well. It's a 1988 $1,000 peso. Man, when I pop it, it has a gold hue to it. I don't know if you can tell that in this video or not, but when I popped that thing out of the ground, I couldn't see the sides of it good at all. And so all I could make out was that gold hue about it. And I thought, oh man, could this be my first gold coin? Oh, you ain't that lucky, Laney. You're gonna live a lifetime and never dig one. But anyhow, I was really surprised to find out that it was a $1,000 peso. And I don't know if you can see that on there. Let me re-grip this. I don't know if you can see that, make that $1,000 out. It's like she's looking at it. Yep, $1,000. Anyhow, that's 9 months worth of coin hunting there. And the 2 best places that have paid off for me have been Stovall with my brother, and old military base and mental hospital with my wife. And then third would be the school in Creedmoor area. And then these other coins are just the Indian head cent that I found in Duke Park $18.99. And then buffalo nickel, it was found, no date buffalo nickel, it was found in King's Daughters Park in Henderson. And that's pretty much it. Lisa found this one in this no date buffalo nickel. It was her first buffalo. She found a buffalo before I did, and she found that in the parking lot of a ball field over in Butner where kids play and stuff. And of course that was a part of the military base too then. But anyhow, that's our old coins. And then there's more of our good jewelry and stuff that we found. You've already seen some of those rings. A lot of this stuff my brother and I found out in the woods off of Sam Young Road was treasure trove of jewelry that we found. Obviously somebody had stolen the stuff. Running through the woods with it in a Glad bag, trash bag, and apparently it must have been at night. The bag tore. They strode the jewelry up through there, clumsy thieves. And my brother and I found the majority of it. And then there's some other pieces in there too, like this is one of Lisa's rings that she found on that hunt in those same woods. This was her first ring, this was her second. That was her third ring that she found. This was her fourth ring that she found, and that was actually the best one. It's real gold. These others are 925 silver. I found this one on that hunt. Part of the stolen jewelry, or what we assumed to have been stolen anyway. Who carries their jewelry out in the woods and throws it away, you know? But I wish that thing would focus a little better on that. But yeah, that's they were probably our best finds on that. My brother Danny found a couple of cameos and a 925 pendant and pearl necklace and some other stuff, but anyhow, found this old spoon up there in Stovall where a post office used to be, and knew it was silver whenever I was going to dig it. I told my brother Danny, I said I'm getting ready to dig some silver, but I was really thinking it was going to be a coin. And there was 16 earrings on that hunt in Sam Young Road where we didn't have the mates for the earrings. Somewhere out there's 16 earrings, and these are 925 silver. Anything in the top has to be good to make it in the top drawer. This is a part of that same hunt. This bracelet here, this one here. Found this old spoon ring up in Stovall. Found that last week. It had some really unique detailing to it. And I don't know if I can get enough light on that to get it to focus on it. But anyhow, that was a really neat looking spoon ring. Anyhow, about getting at the end of the length of this video, so I'm gonna cut it off, and that way it'll fit on YouTube. And hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll upload some videos of what I did today, because I had a decent day today too. Anyhow, get back to you. Thanks.